So you haven't seen me in 6 weeks? 7 weeks? And there is a very good explanation for that in another video. Today, we're just going to do a very quick, simple project because I would like to show you this cool new thing I saw make something for the first time in however long, and just overall let you know that I'm still here. Hey, did you miss me? It is October, the spooky season. Halloween is my favorite holiday. Not really big on spooky, but I love costumes and I love candy. So, Halloween. I do love some witchy aesthetic clothing. I was scrolling through Facebook when I came across this beauty. It is from a company called Dress Lily. I've never purchased from them, but I have enough screenshots of their merchandise. So it was at this point going through the screenshots that I realized I had bought from Dress Lily before. I bought this dress. And I can say with absolute certainty that while I like the dress, it is worth every penny, let's just say. I would not recommend buying from them. They are fast fashion and the clothing just isn't great quality. But it's great for inspiration, so I'm still going to use it for that. Just because I like their style. If you want to just go and buy it, that's where you can get it from. But I can't speak to the quality of the merchandise you'll get. I do know that it's on the cheaper side, so it might be not great quality. It looks like in the picture it's made from polyester. You'll probably get what you see in the picture, but it also looks like it's probably pretty easy to make. So I went to Joann's to get fabric, and I thought because it's kind of witchy and Halloween-y looking, I'd get some cool Halloween fabric to make it out of. This is cotton knit with 10% spandex, I think. I got 2.5 yards of it. I'm hoping to only need 2 yards of it, but I wanted the extra as a little leeway because I'm going to do it in separate pieces, the band and the bottom. I did want to get the spandex. I wanted to get rayon, but I couldn't find rayon there that was in a pattern that I liked. So I opted for this. And the reason I'm looking for spandex or some kind of stretch is for the waist part. And the reason I wanted, not a stiff cotton is so that we get that nice drape at the bottom. So what we're going to do first is we're going to lay out our fabric and we're going to follow the steps as though we were making a circle skirt for a much smaller waisted person. If you're looking for instructions on how to make a circle skirt, that is also in another video that I haven't finished. It's coming. I have more plans for this channel than I have time to follow them through. Anyway, let's get to this. Ooh, is this 60-inch fabric? It is. That changes everything. I'm used to the 48-inch fabric, so usually I have to, for a circle skirt, make 2 pieces and sew them together. I think for this one, though, I'm just going to make it the way you would typically make a circle skirt if you had a piece big enough, because I don't need it to be as long as I usually make circle skirts, which so far has been basically ankle length, and also because I am not cutting off as much for the waist because we aren't going all the way around. With this, you want to make sure that you're not stretching it as you're measuring it, because it is stretchy fabric, and we want to get a good measure. This is where I'm envious of people who have hardwood floors. I have carpeted floors, and most of the time I'm okay with that because they're comfortable. But this is so much easier if you have a hardwood floor. Oh my goodness, this is so much harder to flatten out evenly than cotton. If you don't get it perfect, I'm thinking it's probably not going to matter because it's not an even hem anyway. I have lost my white chalk and I'm really upset about that. So we're gonna try to see if the blue shows off. Once you do that, what you're left with is one full circle skirt, which is what we're going for, except we need the one side to be open. We need to cut down one of the sides, and I have to make a decision which side I want that to be, and I think I want my corners to be on either side of me. Okay, we're going to use these scissors so that we know we don't cut through. And I want to make this a clean cut because I don't need to hem this because it's knit fabric. And I don't think I'm going to. So that will make this quick project even quicker. So this is what we have so far. Honestly, because this is stretchy, this kind of fits the way it is. So we're gonna move it down. That's probably nice, right? But that also means that it's like super long. It really doesn't need to be. So I was going to make a waistband. I'm thinking now of just folding this over for the waistband and doing it that way. Let's see what that looks like. This is really hard to do on yourself. I don't know why I'm doing this. I have a dress form. It's obviously not sized for me. I thought I sized it to me, but I don't know if the things got turned or what, but they're not sized to me anymore. Okay, so I'll just pin them a little bit just so it stays so I can work with it. Okay. So I know why this won't work. It's because it's a curve. The inside of the curve is shorter than the outside of the curve. I'm trying to flip the short part to the outside, which I thought, oh, I'll just take some from the front to do that. But that's not what's happening. What's happening is it's bunching up in the back right here. So I got this remnant. It's just vinyl, I think. Yeah, it's just black vinyl to use up here as the waist. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I made a waist cincher before, just out of cotton and buckram, and it doesn't sit against my skin like I would like, because I did it as, I traced one that I had, but the one I had is elastic. So I did it as just a straight piece, but that's not how our bodies curve. So with this, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it right up against me and measure that way, because what happened with the other one is the top is, like you can see this is doing it too. See how the top is closer than the bottom, and I don't want that. I just need to measure around where I want the top to go and where I want the bottom to go, and then just do a curve so that it is at the right points. If you're ever measuring yourself, this is like where your waist is. Like, I know we think of our waist as being like down by our hips a lot of the time, but it's actually above the hips. Probably like right there. And that is 28 inches, so we'll make it 29 for seam allowance. And that is 30 inches, so we'll make that 31. So 29 and 31. 2 inches, but it does make a lot of difference in my waist corset belt that I made before, so we'll do that instead. What's half of 29? 14 and a half. Okay. We'll say Let's see how we did. Oh, we still want that folded. Oh, we still want it folded. So I need to cut the other side the same way. I'm just gonna fold it over and get a symmetrical cut. See? Yeah. It isn't as close together as I would like. How much longer would I like it to be? Yeah, like a total of 4 inches. I could probably just add that in the back. We could actually make this look kind of cool and put rivets here too, now that I'm thinking of it. Okay, so the next step with this is to sew it together, and I have some thoughts on what I want to do with this part. So it's going to be a little bit different. I think the first step is to sew along these edges, pretty side to pretty side, as paper stars would say. Ouch. To be honest, I've never sewn vinyl on my sewing machine, so we're gonna see if it can even handle it. I hope so, because I can't really hand sew vinyl. That I have tried, but we're gonna try, and this could change the whole course of the project. Here goes something. I'm gonna change it out for a heavier needle, and hopefully that will work. It says it's for upholstery fabric, but my machine is just your very basic. Mess up your machine enough times, you get really good at rethreading. I wonder if there's like sewing championships, like how fast you can rethread your machine. I don't think I'd be the champion, but I'd be a contender. Looks like it worked. So I want to sew this one just to the inside layer so that you don't see the seams, because I'm going to put rivets in here to put these together as though it's a corset, but it isn't, if that makes sense. Ta-da! It's like a puzzle trying to figure out which piece you're supposed to do first. I mean, unless you have a pattern and you follow it, but sometimes even then. Ah, goodness. It's times like this that I wish we could use copyrighted music. I'd have the Duel of the Fates right now. We're just gonna fold it over like this, pin it like that, and then we're gonna top stitch it. Something I've learned from all of my mistakes is to actually top stitch it. Because you're working on the bottom side, it's tempting to put the pins in the bottom side and sew it that side, but the bottom always looks a little bit uglier than the top, so you actually want to put your pins in the top and actually top stitch it. Glad I'm filming this so that I can do it all in a spot where the camera can't see. I'm great at this. I should just quit my job and go full-time now, right? So it does have spots where it... Can you focus on this, please? It does have spots where it folded over. I don't know if you can even tell on the camera. It's got stretch and the vinyl doesn't. But I don't think it looks bad. I'm pretty happy with it. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this and I'm going to fold it. I'm going to fold the other side too. And in theory, I'm going to sew them together like that. Ooh, looks really good. Good, because I don't want to do it again. It is like 10:15 at night, so really I should go to bed. Or I can see about attaching this skirt. This is my waistband. And I didn't put grommets on it yet, but can always do grommets last. Whenever I pin things together, especially if it's on a curve, I start by doing the ends, then the middle, and then the middle of those two halves, and then the middle of those four pieces, and so on and so forth until I have enough pins that I feel comfortable trying to sew it together. Okay, so we gotta be quiet, because my boyfriend went to sleep. So we're not gonna be able to do the grommets tonight. But we're almost done. This is what I have. I think it looks really cool. And maybe I won't shorten it. I don't know. Maybe I'll just put a hem on it like I said I wasn't going to. We'll see. Anyway, we'll have to do all of that tomorrow because he's asleep and his bedroom's right next to this room. And I can't very well pound grommets into vinyl while he's trying to sleep. So, tomorrow. Okay, I have all my grommets done. I did 5 in the back because I thought that would look nicer. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna hem it. Now, I don't have to, so if you're using the same or similar material, knit fabric doesn't have to be sewn at the edge. The reason I'm doing it is because mine's a little bit long, so I figured I'd just do an edge on it, and then I did leave a little bit on the edge of the front so that I could fold it over and sew it. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to roll it back so that it'll be a black edge. Yeah, and then after that, I'll be done. I do need to hand sew this little part because it's coming off. I think it was something that I had to unstitch so that I could fit this, and I don't think it fit under my sewing machine. I'm just going to stitch that up real quick, hem the edges, and then it will be time for the reveal. So sorry about the lighting, but I'm not setting everything up for this little bit here. Overall, I am really happy with how this project turned out. I was really happy with how quick it was. If I had a normal, not executive dysfunctioning brain, then it's very much something that you can complete in a day. I did do the edges here. I did not do the hems at the bottom because honestly, why? And because if you don't do a zigzag stitch on stretch material, it makes this like wavy, can you tell? I don't even know. It makes this wavy waviness in the fabric, and I thought it looked kind of cool around the edge, but I didn't want it to do that to the bottom. I wanted it to be nice and flowy and flat-ish, so I just didn't do it. It's a knit fabric. It's not going to fray. There's really no reason to hem it. So I didn't. This isn't boned, so it doesn't do anything for my shape. I'm okay with that. It doesn't have to. I would like if it did because I like the look of that, but something for the future. I thought that it would a little bit because it's still laced, but I don't know. I guess you can't have everything. I was happy with the spacing in the front and how it did go down straight, so I did measure that out pretty well. I was happy about that. But both sides they don't line up. This one's a little bit longer. I don't know when that happened. Probably when I sewed these on the bottom. Nope, it just was never right to begin with. Well, I guess that's the way it is, but it is a minor concern, and I am pretty darn happy about this. I'm pretty darn happy about how easy it is to sew vinyl, because that is something I come across in my thrifting journeys, and I always think I'm gonna make something out of it, and then I don't because I'm intimidated. But it was really easy. You just need the right needle, and don't make it too thick naturally with anything. But yeah, I got all the way done, and then I realized I didn't have anything to actually wear with it. So that's why I just wore the black shirt, which I guess worked. But I was hoping to find my elf tunic, but I have no idea where it is.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
Anyway, thank you for sticking around and waiting for me. I do have several other videos that are all 90% filmed. They just need to be finished up and edited. I say they just need to be edited as though editing doesn't take 10 to 20 hours. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below with anything you have to say to me, hopefully something nice. And if you liked this video and would be interested in more aesthetic sewing content, please do subscribe. I am almost to 500 subscribers, and that makes me so happy. But because I didn't post anything in like 2 months, I kind of stalled. So please help let YouTube know that I can get to 500. Right? Until next time. I guess I should check to see if this is dead or not, since I left it on for 2 weeks. It is like 20 to 8 at night, and I'm just getting started with this, so we're kind of going to go with what we got. Anyway. It's going to be like 50 years bad luck. A waist cincher type thing before? Oh my goodness, that's so great. I really need a new tripod. But anyway.
One of these days I'm gonna mess up and you're gonna see why I shouldn't put pins in your mouth. Because you shouldn't put pins in your mouth.
Maybe that's one reason.